So the next part I want to focus on is how do we actually get these labels, right? And in particular, how do we get them to stay in position? Because what you'll notice is that they move with the triangle and they're always right in the middle of the line. So how do we actually do that? So that's what we're going to be exploring today. So this is the code that we have from last time. And we know very simply, if we just want to put something on the screen, we can use text, right? So we can put A on the screen and then we specify the X and Y coordinates. So put 400, 400. We should see it. It should come up somewhere over here. There it is. Okay, and we can see as we change the side, we're changing the distance of A, right? Making sense. But now how do we get this text over here to sit on this line? And more specifically, how do we get it to sit in the middle of the line? Okay, so to figure this out, as always, we're going to go ahead and draw it. So if I have 2 points over here, if I call this like point 1 and point 2, I want to know what is the middle of this point, right? Or the middle of these 2 points. If we put numbers to it, it might be quite easy to see. If I say that this is 2 and this is 4, what is in the middle of 2 and 4? Really simple, 3, right? Similarly, if I do, let's say, let me think of something else. If I do maybe 6 and 18, a little bit more complicated. What's in the middle of 6 and 18? The way in which we find it, right, or what we did in order to find what's in the middle between 2 and 4, is we actually found the average of these two numbers. What we said was we said 4 plus 2 over 2. So we're getting 6 over 2, which is equal to 3. That's the actual process. You're just finding the average of the two numbers in order to find what's in the middle. That's the definition of average. Average is what is the middle point between two numbers. So if I have, going back to our example here, if I have 6 and 18, our middle point is going to be 6 plus 18 over 2. So we're going to get 24 over 2, which is 12. So that's 12. So now to describe this more generically, in terms of a formula, which is what we need for code, is that if this is just our x coordinates, right? So these are just all of our x coordinates. So if this is x1 and this is x2, the midpoint is simply x2 plus x1 over 2. Whatever that is, right? We just plug in the numbers into here and we're always going to get that middle point. Similarly, the exact same applies if it's just on y, right? If this is y1 and this is y2, if we want to know what's in the middle of y1 and y2, it's simply just y2 plus y1 over 2. And that will give us this point. Okay, with that in mind, let's label our triangle. Okay, so we are going to look at this. So we want to put A and B at the right places. So let's start with A. Okay, so we know we're wanting to go in the middle over here between 0.1x and 0.3x, right? So let's let A label x, this is going to be label x, is equal to, what did we name it? We said p1x plus p3x, and all of that over 2. The y, we're not changing y, right, between those two. Right, the y between 0.1 and 0.3 doesn't change. So we can just say let A label y is equal to whichever one, either p3y or p1y, because they're both the same. So we can put p1y. And then we can say text, we can put A, we put p1x, or sorry, A label x, and A label y. Let's go ahead and put this after the rectangle. And let's fill it, because by default the color is black, so it might be, or it's going to be green from here. Let's fill it white. And a couple other things we can do. Let's take away the outline. So we can take, because currently you can see that there's a faint yellow outline. We can put no stroke to take away the outline. And we can increase the size of our text by saying text size, and let's put it up to like 18. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's looking good. So now we have this, and notice how it always stays in place. Now let's just simply do the same for B, right? Using Y. So for B, we know that now we're looking B label X, right? Our X isn't changing, right? We're staying on the same line. So it's whichever one. So we can just put P2X or P3X. Then we say let B label Y. That's going to be the average of those 2 points. So it's going to be P2Y plus P3Y over 2. And then we can put text B, we go B label X and B label Y. 75 changes, let's save that work. There we go. Okay, and perfect. We now have these labels, which are showing us the distance of A and B. We could even do something along this line saying like A is equal to and B is equal to, but for now, this will do. And I will end this video here.